ẹ̀yin lọ lọ́rùn fi fún o ẹ̀yin lọ lọ́rùn fi fún o.
Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Kayode Adebayo. The House of Representatives has asked the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, and the Nigerian Communication Commission to suspend the impending hike in telecommunication tariffs until their service improves. This came as subscribers have started switching to alternative network providers following a sharp increase in MTN Nigeria's data and SMS tariffs. The position of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by Honorable Book of Oji at the plenary. Moving the motion, Oji noted that speaking after a stakeholders meeting with the mobile network operators in Abuja, the minister disclosed that telecommunications tariff will soon increase. He quoted the minister to have said consultations were ongoing as there had been agitations from some of those companies to increase tariffs to as high as 100%, adding that it will not be a 100% increase and that the NCC will approve the new tariffs and announce them in due course. The lawmaker said the argument of the telecommunication company for a hike in tariffs include the cost of investment, better networks, increasing demand for digital services across sectors such as education, banking, and healthcare, among others. He expressed concern that the far-reaching effect of these price hikes would deepen financial struggles for the average Nigerian, threatening the country's vision of leveraging technology to drive economic revival, exacerbate poverty, and widen existing inequalities, hitting lower-income families the hardest. Governor Ademola Adeleke has assured all stakeholders of non-interference in the forthcoming local government elections slated for next week, Saturday. A statement by the governor's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, said Governor Adeleke hailed the peaceful campaigns by various political parties ahead of the elections, urging candidates across the parties to set their agenda to the voting public instead of resorting to violence or arm twisting. The statement noted that government is committed to free and fair elections following the preparatory activities of the State Electoral Commission and assure the public of the independence of the Commission to conduct credible elections. Governor Adeleke urged the people of the state to get prepared for next week's local government election, noting that he had directed the security agencies to deal decisively with any promoter of violence within the context of rule of law. A political group, the Dapo Okunola movement, has canvassed support of the people for Governor Ademola Adeleke in his drive to enthrone good governance in Osun State. Leader of the group, Prince Dapo Okunola, made this known when he paid an appreciation visit to the members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ifelodun local government area. While explaining the motive behind the visit, the leader of the group, Prince Ademola Adeleke, which is evident in infrastructural development being witnessed in all nooks and crannies of Osun State. Prince Okunola noted that the achievements of Governor Adeleke have remained unprecedented, adding that his movement will continue to canvass support for the government. This is just as implored the people to vote en masse for all the chairmanship candidates of the People's Democratic Party in the forthcoming local government elections. In his address, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in the Ifelodun local government area, Honorable Samuel Adeboye, commended Prince Dapo Okunola for his commitment to the party and his contributions towards ensuring that the party emerges victorious in all future elections. He noted that the state government under Governor Ademola Adeleke has turned around the fortunes of Osun State for the better through the developmental milestones being witnessed in all sectors. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has reaffirmed the commitment of his administration towards preserving the traditional institution and promoting the cultural heritage of the people. Governor Adeleke stated this through the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Dosu Babatunde, at the installation ceremony and presentation of staff of office to Alua of Erinyoke Kingdom, Oba Akintola Ayodeji, Akintunlureshe Ilufemiloye the First. He congratulated the Alua of Erinyoke Kingdom and charged him to continue to support and cooperate with the government by maintaining peace in his domain and contribute positively to nation building. In his acceptance speech, Oba Ayodeji expressed appreciation to Governor Ademola Adeleke and to all the dignitaries who honored him with their presence. He promised to be a servant leader and work tirelessly to improve the quality of life of his people by building on the legacies of his predecessors. Earlier, in their separate remarks, the chairman of Erinyoke Development Association, Alhaji Bisiru Idowu, and the chairman of Coronation Planning Committee, Prince Albert Osun Makinde, stated that they are filled with immense pride and admiration to witness such a momentous occasion that marks a new era of prosperity, peace, and progress for the kingdom. There were goodwill messages from the Deputy Governor of Benue State, Mr. Sam Ode, the representative of the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeniyi, a retired Deputy Comptroller General of Customs and Galadima Gari Nope, and Alhaji Galadima Sahidu, among others. Osun State Government has disbanded the State Transport Management System (OSTMS) and rebranded it into the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW). The rebranding ceremony of the Osun State Transport Management System back to the National Union of Road Transport Workers brought together dignitaries from far and near, including top government functionaries from the Ministry of Transportation, as well as the National President of the Union, Alhaji Musliu Akinsanya, popularly known as MC Oluomo, who led other leaders of the Union in the Southwest State to epoch-making events. In his remarks, the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, who was represented by the Commissioner for Transportation, Honorable Seson Oyedele, stated that the rebranding was done in the interest of the Union, adding that the government remains committed to ensuring that no sector is left behind in its developmental stride. The governor reiterated the resolve of his administration towards the provision of an enabling environment for the transportation business to thrive through massive investment in road infrastructure in all the nooks and crannies of the state. He called for more cooperation and support from the members of the newly rebranded NURTW in the state. In his remarks, President of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW), Alhaji Musliu Akinsanya, expressed appreciation to Governor Ademola Adeleke for his immense support for the union, appealing to the new leaders and members of the NURTW not to bite the finger that is feeding them and work in unity to ensure that governor stays in power beyond 2026. The event climaxed with the swearing in and oath-taking by all the new executive members. Solid education coupled with good behavioral disposition go a long way in attaining success in any chosen field. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Health Sciences, Ilorin-Ogun, Osun State, Professor Mansuru Adeleke, stated this at the third orientation program organized for the newly admitted students into the institution. Professor Adeleke, while introducing himself to the students, further said that the orientation was to expose each of them to the codes of conduct of the university for guidance in their pursuit of knowledge within the school's environment, but whoever errs will be sanctioned according to the rules of the school. There were other speakers such as Dr. M.E. Balogun of the Department of Physiology, who spoke on the acceptable and unacceptable behaviors and dressing of the students are included in the school's codes of conduct. Also, Mr. Mani Hamusa of the Bursary Department enlightened the student on application for loan from the Federal Government Student Loan Portal for easy access for the payment of school fees due to financial constraints. Meanwhile, Mr. Folabi Odunsi of the Federal Road Safety Corps enlightened the students on the use of the roads within their environment to avert accidents and mishaps as motorists and pedestrians. Now to sports. African Footballer of the Year winner Emmanuel Amuneke, and other grassroots coaches have attributed the decline in teenage football stars from Nigeria to poor youth development and lack of opportunities. Amuneke noted that while countries like Spain continue with teenage sensations like Lamine Yamal, who helped La Roja win Euro 2024, Nigeria has struggled to nurture young talents to prominence in recent years. He said this is in stark contrast to previous eras that saw teenage stars like legendary Pele, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo all made their marks as teenagers. The former Super Eagles player indicated that Samuel Chukwueze is the only player in the current Super Eagles squad born in Nigeria to make his debut as a teenager, doing so at 19 in a friendly against Uganda. Since then, there have been no signs that other teams in the country are ready. The 1994 AFCON winner credits his own early development to the late Yemi Tela, who gave him opportunities as a youth player. He, however, noted that there is talent in the country, but the issue is the procedure of getting them to the next level and into good academic. And from the foreign scene, teachers across Algeria embarked on strike today to protest low salaries and deteriorating working conditions. This follows demonstrations staged by students last month in an unusual outpouring of protest. Students stood outside shuttered classrooms and roamed aimlessly when teachers started a two-day strike. Teachers and students are taking action at a time when public criticism of the government is becoming rarer. Teachers say the strike is significant amid a gradual shrinking of rights, including for women, the press, and opposition parties. Gas-rich Algeria has long taken pride in its free education system and the opportunities it affords students and teachers. Despite investing more in education than its neighbors, the country only spends more on its military, while the school system has become a target of popular anger towards larger government problems, including rising costs, corruption, and a lack of jobs for skilled and educated workers like teachers. Teachers say they are underpaid, and educated young people are increasingly trying to emigrate out of the country in search of opportunities, with European visa applications steadily rising. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 7 for major report. Good evening.